Well, hello there, all you strange and interesting creatures of the internet. Welcome back to the All Seasons on F1 2020. Yes, we're still racing against Lulu. As you can see, all our departments are now maxed out and we are still top of the table, being hotly pursued by Ferrari. So we're going to put some more parts on the car, but unfortunately the only parts we got now are ultimate parts, which are very, very expensive in the resource points, so we're going to have to leave it for a little bit later. Okay then, so as you can see now, we're going to move on to the next Grand Prix, and it's time for Hungary. Yes, we're hungry for some points, and practice has been completed, and we got some more lovely resource points to add to our tally now, 1,456. Fantastic. So, as regular viewers will know, this is the worst circuit on the calendar for Luxter. But don't forget, of course, he's in the Mercedes. So let's see if he can improve on his previous Hungary performances in qualifying. Let's have a look and see what happens. He's about to cross the line for the first qualifying run, and it's second place at the moment, but he is 1.2 seconds behind the leader. Anyway, we accelerate forward a little bit later to qualifying, and as you can see, oh dear, he's dropped down to 15th place at the moment, but he's almost a second up on his delta times, so this should be an improvement and hopefully get him into the top 10. At least I think 8th position is definitely doable as we're about to come on a final turn at this very twisty Hungarian circuit. Let's see if he can improve it. He's 1.1 up now. This is looking like quite a good time, I have to say. He's about to cross the line, and it's going to... Oh, bloody hell! 6th position, just behind Lulu, just behind Lewis Hamilton. That was a great result there, great result indeed. As we accelerate forward now to a little bit later to qualify, you can see still in 6th place at the moment, and the qualifying is now over, so it's going to be 6th place for us. But where did Lulu end up? That's more important. Where did Lulu... Oh no, we dropped down to 8th position in fact. For fuck's sake. So it was 6th for Lewis Hamilton in the end, 1st for Daniel Kvyat, and 8th for us in this race at Hungary. What can we do? Can we get past Lulu into turn 1? Well, let's find out.
Welcome to Budapest once again for another round of the Formula One World Championship. Historically a good race for first victories, with Button, Hill, Alonso and Heikki Kovalainen all reaching the top step of the podium for the first time here. 14 corners then for our drivers to navigate at the 2.7 mile Hungaroring today. It's 6 lefts and 8 rights around a lap here, with average speeds in the region of 120 miles per hour. And I'm joined once again by Anthony Davidson to bring you the lowdown for today's race. Let's talk about the captain. What do you make of their performance so far this season?
It's been a really solid year so far. There have been some incredible standout performances, but what's really impressed me has been the consistency. With this kind of form, I'm expecting another great race today.
Before we begin, let's take a quick look at the grid lineup for today's race. Daniel Kvyat had a cracking day yesterday and will lead us off from pole position, with Charles Leclerc alongside. As we continue through the rest of the grid today, we have Verstappen, Sainz, Pierre Gasly and Hamilton, Norris, the captain, De Vries and Valtteri Bottas, Matsushita, Albon, George Russell and Perez, Ricciardo, Magnussen, Kimi Raikkonen and Antonio Giovinazzi. Ocon and Lance Stroll brings the grid to a close. It's almost time for the lights to go out, so let's head down to the track and get this Grand Prix underway.
So it's time once again for the 5 lights to go out on the All Seasons career mode. We say go, 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 and it's away he goes. 8th position. Wow, great start off the line. Look at this. Hamilton's off to the left hand side. I think he's going to go for a move on Hamilton already. Yes, he does. He gets past Hamilton. There's Carlos Sainz. Wow, he's using all the track limits trying to get past Carlos Sainz into turn 1, and he's going to go for a dive. Oh, bloody hell, bloody hell. Has he done it? Has he done it? I think he has. Well, he's still got the Red Bull right up his Jack Jones, but he does manage to get up into 2nd position. It's another. Oh no, he's gone wide on the exit. In fact, he's disappeared into the scenery, as you can see, and he's getting real pressure now from the car next to him. And I think that's Verstappen. It's Maxi Boy Verstappen. But out of all this melee, out of all this carnage into the first turn, Hoekster has got up into 2nd place, and Hamilton is down to 5th position. Or shall I say down? He's actually in 5th position from his starting place. Oh my god. Oh my god. Cannot believe it. Daniel Kvyat is currently in the lead in the sister Ferrari. Huxter's in second place. Just looking back, you can see there is Maxi Boy Verstappen directly behind us. Charles Leclerc in fourth place, and Lewis Hamilton is in fifth place. So we did manage to best him off the line into turn one, which is great news. But Maxi Boy is having a real look here, trying to see if he can get past us. But we're hanging on to the position at the moment because, of course, it's very tight and twisty at Hungary. There's very little opportunity for you to make a pass. But of course, that doesn't stop Maxi Boy in that Ferrari. He's really trying now. He's about to complete lap one. Maxi Boy trying to sneak down the inside of us, I do believe. But no, we've still got it. We've still got it. So, Daniel Kvyat, fastest lap in the lead. We're still in second place as we go to the next lap of this Grand Prix. As we accelerate forward out to lap 2, as you can see, Kvyat has now got the gap up to 4.6 seconds. Huxter still in second. Verstappen dropping back a little bit, sort of half a second behind us. And Lewis Hamilton is still in fifth position. He's now 1.1 seconds behind us. Wowzers, mid-trousers. That's all I can say. Wowzers, mid-trousers. As we accelerate forward at lap 4. Look at this. Maxi Boy's going for a move down the outside of us, but I think we're going to have him covered off as we go tight to the inside line. Yes, we do. Look at this. Look at this. Oh, yes. A little bit of a squeeze there on Maxi Boy, but we hold on to this second place on lap 4 at the moment as we accelerate forward now to lap 5. It's almost time for our pit stop. We have now got Leclerc, who's got in front of Verstappen, trying to get past us into the first turn. He's going to see if he can sneak down the inside, but once again we hold on to the line. Oh, I'd say that, but there he goes. Look, there he goes. There goes Leclerc. Yeah, up into second place, but I think we're going to have him covered off as we go very, very deep into this turn. And yes, we do. So we hold on to our second place on lap 6 now as we accelerate forward now to... It's time for our pit stop. It's time for us to make our pit stop on lap 6. From second position, Kvyat is still away and gone 11 seconds ahead now. Hamilton is now behind us as well, but he's just gone through. But of course, we don't want to hold up Hamilton in the pits, so we are sticking rigidly to the pit stop strategy. And so we go on to the yellow side. Wow, very busy in the pits, and that was almost an unsafe release there. Almost an unsafe release, but we just managed to get away with it. But that was very, very dangerous and very, very busy in the pit lane. And we're going to rejoin now in 13th position, I do believe. Are we going to come out to traffic? No, all looks good. All looks good at the moment for Huxter. So 13th place. Unlucky for some and unlucky for Huxter as well to come out in that position. But anyway, this is only round lap 7. Still got a few more laps to go as we accelerate forward now. Still on lap 7, just going past the pits. Cars have started to come in, and I think Lewis Hamilton has come in as well. And there he is, everyone. There's Lulu. What's he going to do? Is he going to go for time on Lulu? Yes, he does. Oh, yeah, he's contact with Lewis Hamilton. Oh my God! And has he gone off? No, he's still going. We're going to warn him for a collision with Hamilton. But we hold on to it, and what a move. What an absolute move there. It just sort of made Lewis sort of half spin a little bit there, and we managed to get the place off him. That is absolutely fantastic. As we accelerate forward to lap 8, and as you can see, we are still ahead of Lewis Hamilton. The rest of the cars have now pitted from their soft stops onto the harder tyre, which means we are going to go up, I think, into second place again. But Lewis Hamilton is very, 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 very angry about what happened earlier, and he's trying to get past us, as you can see, round the outside of us. But we managed to hang him out and hold on to this second place. Kvyat's now 12 seconds ahead. So we accelerate forward to lap 10. And Lewis Hamilton once again is going for the position. And this time he gets past us under the DRS. But I think we're going to see if we can go down the inside. Yes, it's a very, very late braking manoeuvre from Huxter there. Is he going to hold on to it? No. Hamilton's still off to the right-hand side, as you can see. But we're going to have to tighter line into this next turn, which means we are going to hopefully get the position back. Yes, we do. We hold on to second place. Hamilton's still in third position. Kvyat still in the lead. Sainz in fourth place. Bottas in fifth position. So we accelerate for lap 12. Lewis Hamilton is a very, very angry man. Oh my God. Oh my God. I felt a little tap up the Jack Jones then. I think Lewis Hamilton has actually hit us. I think he's hit us up the backside. I'm just looking in the rearview mirror to see if he's got any damage to his end fence, but I can't quite see on the rearview mirror, but I definitely think there was some contact between us and Lewis Hamilton on lap 12. Now, of course, this means he's going to have to come in for a pit stop. We're going to check in the rearview mirrors and see if he's going to come in for that pit stop. Well, that was nothing to do with us whatsoever. He just ploughed straight into the back of us in a desperate attempt to try and get past. I think he sees this championship starting to slip away from him, and he's getting very, very concerned indeed. And, oh no, yes, he's gone into the pits. I don't believe it. Hamilton's gone into the pits. Absolute disaster. So he must have damaged his wing with that contact with us, and that's good news for us as we accelerate forward at lap 14. Yes, second place for us still at the moment. Kvyat still in first place. Sainz in third. And just look at the mini-map. You can see poor Lewis Hamilton, poor Lulu of Lewisham, is is currently right at the back of the field. Yes, right at the back of the field. Look at the gap between us and Kvyat. Absolutely unbelievable. As we accelerate forward down to the last lap of the race, Kvyat has won the race 31 seconds ahead of Hoekstra. And we've got some cars really trying to have a go at us in these final stages of the Grand Prix. We've got Bottas, Albon and Sainz. But we are going to finish hopefully in second position, which unfortunately means no points for Lewis Hamilton because he is still right at the back of the field. He's got past the McLaren, I do believe, but that's about it, unfortunately. But we are going to cross the line in second place. Yes, get in there. Fantastic.
Okay, good job, mate. Really well done. That was a fantastic drive.
Well, happy with that. Not happy with the contact, but that was completely not our fault whatsoever. Well, what can you do if a driver ploughs straight into the back of you? Not really a lot. I mean, if we'd have sort of been tussling side to side and I took his wing off that way, then fair enough. But I mean, you know, if they plough into the back of you, it's really their sort of job not to do that. So if they do, then it's down to them, not to the Hoekstra. Anyway, there's the race winner, Daniel Kvyat in the Ferrari. Well done, Daniel. Well done indeed. And there are the Ferrari mechanics, which thankfully have no F1 YouTubers in their midst. Someone will be happy about that. Anyway, there is Pierre Gasly in the AlphaTauri, who finished only in 10th position. Poor Pierre. Mon Dieu, Pierre. So up onto the podium. There he is. There is Daniel Kvyat, and there's Hoekstra. Look at him. So sprightly. Only 39 years old, and he's still getting podium. As it's time now for the champagne to go over everyone. Yes, go on. Go on, Hoekstra. Get it down his back of his neck. Oh, that'll be cold. That'll be bloody cold indeed. He doesn't care. So let's now go to those all-important championship points after this round. So the Hoekstra got 18 points, and unfortunately poor Lulu of Lewisham didn't get any points whatsoever. He did get the fastest lap though. So let's have a look at the standings now. And 29 points now. It's the gap between us and Lewis Hamilton, as we're sort of just over the half distance of this championship. And we're still first in the constructors. So we move on now to the next Grand Prix. It's time for the Belgian Grand Prix. Oh, wait a minute. Before we do that, it's time for us to start our season break. Oh, well, that's it. Thank you everyone for watching. I'll see you next... Oh, no, we got to continue. Unfortunately. Yes, so now we go on to the Belgian Grand Prix at Spa-Francorchamps. One of the best circuits for the Hoekstra. Yes, one of the best circuits for the Hoekstra. So this should be interesting indeed. Practice has been completed. More resource points. Oh, we didn't get as many as Lulu though, did we? Outrageous. Absolutely outrageous. Unbelievable scenes. Biblical scenes, in fact. Well, there goes my interview with Arava once again. And oh dear, it seems like we've got a fuel system fault with the car, and we've got to wait in the pit garage for over 4 minutes while they try and sort out the problem. So now we rejoin for our one of only 2 qualifying runs we're going to have left, because we're going to run out of time otherwise. So let's have a look and see what the Hoekstra puts in as he's about to cross the line at the Spa-Francorchamps. So don't forget, one of his favourite circuits of all. In fact, possibly is the most favourite circuit for the Hoekstra. And he crosses the line at the moment in 6th position. That's not too bad, I have to say. Now we accelerate forward to a little bit later into qualifying. You can see still in 6th place at the moment, slightly up on the delta times. Yes, almost sort of just over a quarter of a second. So let's see, we may get into the top 5 hopefully if we can beat Verstappen as we cross the line. Oh my goodness gracious, bloody good gold. I don't believe it. Up into 2nd place, but Hamilton has got pole position at the moment. Yes, Hamilton in pole. As we accelerate forward now to the end of qualifying, you can see Hamilton's still got the pole. But look at our time. Look at our delta time. We are half a second up. Surely this is good enough for pole. Just about to find out now as we go into the very, very final turn. Yes, very, very tight and treacherous here. You've got to go right and you've got to sweep very, very tight into the left. And let's see if we have beat Lewis Hamilton as we're about to cross the line, right on the line, in fact, at the end of qualifying. And the answer to that is going to be, yes, we have. Get in there. We've done it. Pole position we have stolen from Lewis Hamilton. So there's the final results then. Pole for us, 2nd for Lewis Hamilton, 3rd for Albon, 4th for Lando Norris, 5th for Sergio Perez. Fantastic. Okay then, let's do this.
We're in Belgium once again for today's round of the Formula One World Championship. It's a race the great Ayrton Senna won 6 times, and in 2019, Charles Leclerc became the first driver to take their maiden win here since Michael Schumacher in 1992. Spa-Francorchamps today, a circuit that spans 4.35 miles. There are tons of elevation changes along the way too. 19 corners making up this circuit, with 9 of those to the right and the remaining 10 to the left. This track is a great one for fans of pure speed. The average lap speed comes close to a whopping 145 miles an hour. And I'm joined once again by Anthony Davidson to bring you the lowdown for today's race. Let's talk about the captain. What do you make of their performance so far this season?
It's been a really solid year so far. There have been some incredible standout performances, but what's really impressed me has been the consistency. With this kind of form, I'm expecting another great race today.
Before we begin, let's take a quick look at the grid lineup for today's race. The captain lines up on pole position, and Lewis Hamilton completes the front row. As we continue through the rest of the grid today, we have Albon, Norris, Sergio Perez, and Gasly, Verstappen, Leclerc, Kvyat, and Carlos Sainz, Bottas, Stroll, Nobuharu Matsushita, and Giovinazzi, Ricciardo, Magnussen, Esteban Ocon, and Nick de Vries. Raikkonen and George Russell ends our grid lineup. It's almost time for the lights to go out, so let's head down to the track and get this Grand Prix underway.
Okay, so it's time once again for the 5 lights to go out on the all-seasons clear mode, and we say go, 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 and it's away he goes. Don't forget, from pole position, of course, so he's going to get a great start off the line because everyone else is behind him as we go into turn 1. Lewis Hamilton still maintains second position at the moment, but you can see that he hasn't really gained much ground coming around that corner, so we are still in the lead as we now swoop down the hill, and now up again through Raidillon into Eau Rouge. Fantastic, absolutely fantastic. Just looking back there at Lewis Hamilton, he's got no ground on us whatsoever. We are absolutely invincible at the Spa circuit, as we always are, to be fair, and we are holding on half a second now ahead of Hamilton already. Still on the first lap. Don't forget Albon in third position, but look at this, as I say that, Hamilton's getting very, very close to us. Already he's going for a lunge. I don't believe it, but already he's tried for a move on us. And now he's, look at this, I can't believe it, but it looks like the Hookster really hasn't got as much pace as he thought he had, because Hamilton is really pushing like crazy to try and get past Hookster there. But the moment we manage to hang on, Hamilton's got Albon directly behind him. He's sort of pushing for some moves as well, but it's more importantly to find out what's going to happen between us and Lewis Hamilton. Is he going to lose a wing again, trying to do some kind of kamikaze manoeuvre to try and get past us? I'm not quite sure, but at the moment we are holding on to the lead, and it's just over a quarter of a second at the moment, just over a quarter of a second. Albon is dropping back behind Hamilton. We've got Norris in 4th position and Sergio Perez in 5th place. As we're about to now finish the first lap, you can see the sun is shining. It's a glorious day for motor racing at the Spa-Francorchamps circuit, and we come round this final corner for the first time in the race in the lead, and we've got the gap up to 3/4 of a second now as we go into lap 2. So this is now lap 2, still in the lead at the moment, and the gap now between us, and we just put in another fastest lap on lap 3. This is absolutely unbelievable scenes, and we're almost a second now ahead of Lewis Hamilton. Albon's still in 3rd, Norris in 4th, Perez in 5th. Oh no, George Russell is out of the session. The virtual safety car has been deployed. This is not good news. It doesn't mean that Hamilton's going to catch us, but it does mean that he's going to maintain his pace behind us, which at the moment is about 2 seconds. So he did lose a little bit of ground there just before the virtual safety car came out. But I'm not quite sure that Lewis Hamilton is actually obeying the rules of the virtual safety car, because he is right up our Jack Jones. It's okay. He's backed off now. He's obviously had a warning for that because he was getting very, very close to us. And we were almost a second ahead of him before the virtual safety car. Anyway, it's over now. The virtual safety car has gone in, and it's time to say go, go, go as we resume the race once again. Still in the lead as we accelerate forward out to lap 5. So still in the lead from Hamilton. Almost 3/4 of a second. It's time for us to make our pit stop now. So in we come. Yes, lovely little pit entrance there for the Hookster. We're going to change onto the yellow sidewall tyre, and there's lots of other cars also coming in for their stop as well. Hopefully we don't get held up here, but anyway, the lads change onto the yellows, and oh no, we're getting held. It's a disaster. It's an absolutely biblical disaster. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. We got held in the pits there for, I don't know what it was, 20, 30 seconds. It felt like it anyway. It was probably only a second, but in my head it was 30 seconds at least. We're going to rejoin the field now, and as cars gone past us, as you can see, I think there's a Husk car. But we rejoin now in 16th position. Yes, 16th place. What a disaster. We accelerate forward at lap 6. And as you can see, Lewis Hamilton is coming to the pits, and we're trying to get past some sort of back markers in our eyes. It's Kimi Raikkonen, who hasn't made his pit stop yet. So we get past Raikkonen. Hamilton is now in the pits. Now, this is the most important thing in this Grand Prix. Are we going to jump him in the pits? Don't forget, we had a slow pit stop. If Lewis Hamilton gets in and out, he could be ahead of us as we're about to go past the pits. Let's have a look. 14th place at the moment. Dookster now 13th, 12th, 10th, 9th. There's Hamilton. He says it's ahead. It says it's ahead. No, it says it's behind. I'm very confused. What's going on? There's Hamilton. There's Hamilton going to the pits, and we get past. Yes. Fuck's sake. Get in. We've done it. We've bested Hamilton. Even though we had that slow stop, we've managed to get past Lulu as we accelerate forward at lap 7. As you can see, we are still in 8th position at the moment because other cars haven't stopped. And look at this. Lewis Hamilton's going for a move on us. We have to go very wide. We're trying to avoid any contact because we don't want to win this championship sort of by hitting him constantly. That's not the idea anyway. So Hamilton goes past us now. Lando Norris is right up the Jack Jones as well. Let's see if we can get this position back from Lewis Hamilton. We've still got people ahead that have got a pit for the harder tyre, so of course our positions are not correct at the moment. It's soon going to pan out though as we now come around this final corner. As you can see, more cars coming in. Hamilton still ahead of us though, which is more important. Hamilton ahead of us. He's starting to pull away. But we should be able to get him back going through Eau Rouge when we can pile the beans with the full power with the DRS, the ERS, everything. We can just pile it on. Rich mix as well, of course, and we get past a few cars coming out of the pits there as well. I think there's Alexander Albon. Yes, he's gone to the hard tyre, and we're now in 3rd position. Magnussen's in the lead of this race at the moment. Kevin Magnussen in the lead, but he's still got to stop. And look at this. This is Lewis Hamilton. Now we're going to pile on the power. Everything's going now. ERS, DRS, and Rich mix, and we just pile straight past him. Like taking candy from a baby, and he's trying to get back at us though. He's Lulu trying to get back at us. We've got to be careful here, very, very careful. He's still on the inside of us. We give him some space. We do give him the space, but we managed to hold on to this 2nd place at the moment on lap 8 as we accelerate forward now, still on lap 8. And Lewis Hamilton once again is trying to get past us, and he does do it once again. Get past. Wowzers, me trousers. So up into 2nd place for Lulu. We've dropped down to 3rd, and he's starting to pull away. No, come back, Lulu. Come back, you bugger. Come back. This is unbelievable scenes. Now, it's pretty apparent at this stage that we really haven't got the pace that we thought we had at this circuit. Yes, because the other cars are definitely getting past us. Hamilton, of course, being one of them. But if we can just stay behind him and get very, very close to his gearbox, once we go through Eau Rouge, we should be able to get this position back again. Let's hope we can anyway. So we cross the line onto lap 9 now. Hamilton now in the lead of this Grand Prix. Magnussen has now stopped, so Hamilton in the lead. Hookster in 2nd place. Albon in 3rd position as we now once again go down the hill very, very fast and climb up again through Raidillon and into Eau Rouge, and then we can see if we can now get past Lewis Hamilton. Look at this. He's giving it full beans now. Full beans. DRS, ERS, Rich mix. Pulls out to the inside and manages to do it. Oh, once again, very easy move there for Dookster. But of course, he had all the resources and all the tools available to him as he goes very wide though on the exit. He couldn't brake in time there. Wowzers, but he holds on to it. 1st place at the moment for Dookster. 2nd place still for Lewis Hamilton. Albon in 1st. We accelerate forward to lap 9. And as you can see, once again, Lewis Hamilton gets past us. This is just unbelievable. It's just constantly repeating itself every single lap. If he does this on the last lap, we're going to have no chance of being able to catch him before the line unless we do some kind of kamikaze maneuver. But anyway, still chasing Lulu as we go into lap 10 now. Lap 10 as we're now dipping down the hill once again. And we're going to get past. It's obvious because we've got everything at our disposal with the ERS and the DRS. We are going to get past Lulu, but is he going to try and block us off? And he did try for a little move there, but once again we managed to get past, back into the lead of this Grand Prix. Hamilton in 2nd position. Albon still in 3rd. He's on the hard tyres. We accelerate forward now to a little bit later to lap 10. And once again, Lewis is getting very, very angry and he gets past again. Again, he gets past. I just cannot believe it. What is going on in this Grand Prix? We just can't hold him off and he gets past us. So we're now dropped down to 2nd place. Albon in 3rd position, still on those hard tyres, so he's not going to be much of a threat to us, to be honest. I don't know quite why they put him on hard tyres with so many few laps to go. But anyway, That was their strategy, and they stuck with it. As we now go to lap 11, this is the final lap of the Grand Prix, which means if we don't get past Hamilton now, we are stuffed, absolutely stuffed. But you can see we are right up his gearbox, right up his Jack Jones, and this time we go around the outside of Lulu. He tried for a little sort of half a move there to try and block us, but we managed to get past, and we are back into the lead. But more importantly than this, is he going to do a move and try and get back at us later into this lap? As you can see, we are now later into this lap. He is behind us, but he hasn't got as much ground as he had the last time, so he didn't manage to get past. So it looks like the Hookster's going to win this race if we can just hold on into the final 9 seconds. Yes, we're coming round the final corners now, and in fact, Lewis Hamilton is starting to back off a little bit. Maybe he's run out of fuel, or he's low on fuel, he's had to turn his mix down. We're still on mix, of course, so we are still in the box seats as we're about to come round the final corners now, and we're going to win the race. Yes, get in there. The Hookster crosses the line in first position. Wowzers.
Absolutely awesome. Just
Great result there from the Hookster, and some real pushing there from Lewis Hamilton, has to be said. This reminds me a little bit, as Lando Norris gets driver of the day, this reminds me a little bit of the Nico Rosberg Lewis Hamilton confrontation of 2014. And there is Toto Wolff, the Terminator. Is your name Sarah Connor? No, it's Madeline Stone. Yes, Madeline Stone. There's the Hookster, race winner. Race winner. I'm going to say it again. Race winner. And there's Alex Gillian, famous F1 YouTuber and Facebook gaming star of the future. There he is. Look. Fantastic. And there's Benjamin Daly. He looks like he's a marshal. Oh dear. Oh dear. Times are getting hard these days, lads. Anyway, up onto the top step goes Hookster. Yes. Get in there. Get in there. And he holds up the trophy high. Maximum points, maximum attack is what the Hookster's doing in this 4th season of the F1 2020 All Seasons career mode to try and win it. To try and bloody win it. But can he win it? Is it going to go disastrous towards the end? Well, you'll find out a little bit later, won't you? Yes, next week and possibly the week after. So let's go to the all-important points now. So there you go, we've got 26 points. We've got the fastest lap as well in that Grand Prix. So let's have a look and see what the gap now is between us and Lewis. And it's 37 points now. 37 points. But can Lewis pull the points gap back, or is it all over? Is it all over? Well, we will find out as the season progresses into the final few rounds. Thanks so much for watching, everyone. You have been awesome as always. That's another episode of the All Seasons completed. Yes, and yes, of course, there will, of course, be more later.